Yep, yeah, I don't think.
85.
Yeah, this was pretty good.
Tickets, buy the pay-per-view online, CageTitansFC.com.
Brendan Battles! Two heavyweights with a wrestling pedigree and big power.
To get rid of the splash. Yep. Oh, there we are. Hey,
We're on. Look at that.
not too bad for us. You know, we said 8:20-ish.
Before 8:30, so that's a win in my book as far as I'm concerned.
Let's cheers.
Cheers, everybody. We're back in business.
Ooh, cheers.
2022 is over. 2023 is just beginning. We got a stacked fight card. We got 3 fighters calling in to give you a little insight as to how their training regimens are going. Johnny Cupcakes in the building, boss man Mike Pulvera. I'm Andy Kurz. We're here at Table Titans. Producer Joe in the background. Much news to discuss. About a month out from fight week. A month out from fight night. Literally
weeks.
just under, no, January 7th. What's today, the 5th?
Oh, shit, yeah.
We got a month. We got a month to go. How are you feeling, boss?
I mean, I feel good. All the fights are pretty much made now. Now it's just making sure everybody stays healthy. We started pumping out. Tickets went out last week. So realistically, it's just getting the tickets in fighters' hands, getting tickets into the people looking to buy tickets online. Now it's just promotion phase. Now it's like we know what the fights are and pump them up. You know, like tonight we're going to talk with Denning. We had Aaron Hughes on last week. We'll have Peter Barrett, Mark Andrusia on later on. We had a ton of hype off the heavyweight title fight, and we still haven't even touched on some of the amateur fights coming up. So realistically, I'm pretty stoked, and I'm pumped up for this card. So I'm excited for it. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling, and I'm pretty excited because today we have a nice little setup. So if you guys want to check it out on Instagram, I'll do a little photo for you guys and show you kind of the setup. Producer Joe made the trip out from Western Mass, and he did this nice, beautiful setup for us. Show it to you guys now. So there you go.
Way more elaborate than the webcam setup.
Well, it's funny. Back when we started this 6 years ago, we used to just set it up and review it and then post it like weeks later. Now we got this live setup, so it's pretty cool. So I'm excited for that. We cleaned out also in Cage Titans World. We cleaned out the basement room where we're actually setting up a permanent studio down there. So that's something else that was going on this week. We're gonna buy some furniture in the next coming weeks and get that set up. So we'll have a permanent home, and we're going to have a podcast studio where we can set it up for multiple people, like, Cupcakes. I know you've been kicking around this half-baked with Cupcakes idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we can set that up. We'll have different backdrops, different setups. Johnny came up with the idea today, like, if you finish your fighter in the cage, maybe we'll have you come and break down the move in the studio downstairs. So all kinds of stuff. Last week we kicked off the TikTok Tuesdays and the Instagram Thursdays, which was great. I was able to bring in Valdina and Connor Matthews as our first guest over there. So a lot of good things kicking. This is the fun part for me because my background's in marketing and sales, and it's just like, all right, the fights are made. Now let's pump up, tell the stories, and that's what we're here for today. I know Denning was first ready to roll, and that's all I got. You want a quick answer?
That was a good enough quick answer for me. How you feeling? I mean, like we had a kind of a theme going where we were just exhausted show after show, but this one we kind of ran pretty smooth to close out 2022, and it's kind of getting to that point where we've had a little bit too much time off, and we're really excited to get back into the swing of things. And as the fight card has really been finalized and all the amateurs are all rounded out, see some new debuts that are getting made, and really heavy professional fight card portion with 2 pro titles headlining the thing, 1 amateur title, and it's mostly professional fights at the end of the day here, kicking off 2023. You've been at this for 13 years, and you're starting off your 14th calendar year with a top-heavy professional card and your first ever heavyweight championship fight. So it's going to be quite a reflection looking back going into the new calendar year.
I think it speaks to the timing of the show. We usually do the end of January / first week of February, and I think what this is showing, like, if you want to be fighting on January 7th, which is a week after New Year's, 2 weeks after Christmas, you got to be insanely dedicated to this sport and in the professionals, ranks.
The
So I think
UFC
that's
doesn't
why.
have a fight card that weekend.
So that's it. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to Matt Denning. This guy, came to Cage Titans on super short notice against Lally. Had that nasty finger break dislocation. And then he's just a nut. He just keeps fighting every other week, like it seems like, racking up wins. He just picked up a big win at NEF. And I'm kind of excited to see him against Aaron Hughes. I think they're, it should make for a fun fight. It seems like they didn't think, like, I know when I talked to Matt, and we'll bring him in, he was kind of curious if Aaron would fight him. And then Aaron was like, well, what do you mean I wouldn't fight you? And he kind of took it a little bit as a dig. I don't want to manufacture bad blood, and I don't think that's what's happening here. But I think Aaron was a little taken aback by that, which we found out last week.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I feel it's a pretty normal question. Denning just is a interesting matchup, and I feel like that's valid for him to be like, does he really want to do this still early in his career, still with a chance, we'll say, at like having a very nice record? It's like, do you want to potentially tarnish that? Against Denning, who's dangerous and doesn't have like the most glorious looking record. He's got a fighter's fighter type of record.
Yeah.
But he's dangerous. He shows his submission skills are no joke right now.
Fought a who's who, and he's winning 3 out of his last 5 bouts since that Lally lost. And all of them finishes too. So he's definitely putting together some sort of dangerous streak right here. Aaron Hughes always dangerous, and all
he's
facets
kill or
of the
be
game.
killed, no doubt. Right.
This is a really fun fighter's fight that is going to be explosive for as long as it lasts. These are 2 finishers that are kill or be killed attitudes in there.
All the fighters' eyeballs will be on the screen, or if you've already fought, they'll be in the crowd watching this fight. I guarantee it.
And I got my first question ready for Denning. So without further ado, we got to bring him in.
Bring the man in.
Bring the man in. What's
There
going
he
on?
is.
What's up?
What's going on, Matt Denning?
I'm
$10.
eating some peanut M&Ms.
So
Is that-
weight's good right now.
Yeah, I'm actually like I told you the other day, I'm super light. 45 I didn't think was like a realistic goal, and then after getting there, I'm like, I can go back there pretty easily. The cut wasn't that bad. I was actually walking around like just under 55, but now I'm back at 55, so I'm like, I can eat during the holidays, and I work outside, so it's nice having a nice meal at lunchtime.
They make Christmas M&Ms.
If they're anything like those little Christmas tree cakes, I don't want it.
No. They make this. I think they like
Blue.
sugar cookie.
Green and red, or
Yeah, but they like sugar cookie flavor. You should try them. They're good.
Sugar
I'll have to
cookie
try those
flavored
out.
M&Ms.
So I had my first question for you. I want to ask another question about the candy because obviously my fighting days are long gone as I'm a little chubby over here. My first question, it always interests me. After every fight, you go out and buy something. You buy some new toy. You're always doing wheelies, riding motorcycles. You're selling trailers, snowmobiles. What was your favorite post-fight purchase so far?
Ooh, that's tough. So, like the Carl Langston fight, the most
I was
recent
gonna
fight
go
I
there.
had,
Yep.
like it makes it just cooler because I was able to find something that I had been looking for like a hot minute immediately after fighting him in the good deal, so I had the cash ready to go.
Yeah.
But I bought a Harley after I fought Jacob Guerrero, but like I bought it after weigh-ins. I took the fight. They offered me so much for the fight at to take it on same day as weigh-ins, and it's guaranteed money. So I was like, I'll go spend what I don't have, borrow it from a buddy, and go buy a sick Harley. I bought a 95 Dyna from the money from that Jacob Guerrero fight. And what was even better was that was just the show money. I also got the win victory on that. So I got the win purse, and I got to go right in my pocket.
That was Combat FC 1. Is that the fight?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. So they weren't expecting to pay out that win bonus, safe to say.
Well, that's the thing. When they offer it, it's like you know, as a promoter, like my 23rd pro fight, I've seen a lot of backstage things. Like I've seen guys that owed promoters money after fighting because they didn't make do with what they were supposed to do. And it's like, if you're smart about this, you can make decent coin fighting. You just gotta like, 1, fight all the studs, or 2, just don't fucking lose.
Cool.
That's definitely a good way to look at it. Get a win streak going, and you're gonna make some coin fighting. Where do you see your strengths going into this fight against Aaron Hughes? It's a peculiar matchup. There was some friendly call-outs, kind of like you were really questioning whether he wanted it or not. But how do you see him as an opponent? We had him on last week. He respects you as an opponent and is looking for a banger.
Cupcake said it when I was listening to you guys about it was a question like, do you want to potentially fight a guy that has as many fights as your whole career just in 2022? And I like, he's 3-3, I think. He's right at that 50-50 mark. And it's like, me looking back at my career, I'm like, bro, you might want to take a couple easier, like, not saying like pad your record, but fight some guys that don't have 23 fucking pro fights, and fight guys like Sean Lally. And like, it's just those short notice big fights. Like they're the biggest test for me. Like they really make me see if I'm waking up for the right reasons every day. Like, is this real? Like, I came back to the sport because it's all I knew. And it was like, you got to take it seriously this time because you didn't take it seriously the first time.
It makes a ton of sense. And that's what I think that he missed out on. I think he was thinking it was some other reason, but it makes a ton of sense. Like,
I wanted to say this since it was brought up, like the fight was announced. I wouldn't fight Aaron Hughes for anyone besides Cage Titans, unless it was like the UFC or something crazy like that. PFL, some big organization wants me to fight Aaron Hughes, but Aaron Hughes and I are like, if you don't understand what it's like to be in Plymouth Memorial Hall for a fight there, you don't really understand what I'm talking about. But you guys know. Yeah. You got I Love Hot Moms versus like middle-aged stud. Like, the kid's young, he's coming up. Like, I'm old and married now, and like it's the nature of the beast being the experienced, handsome guys in the sport. There's so many people in Massachusetts that want to see me and Aaron fight because they have huge crushes on us. That happens every day. Like, our inboxes, the screenshots like this kid sends me from the girls, and like it's tough because like I get more inboxes from men all the time.
Jeez.
And I'm like, I know Aaron gets them too because we joke about it. And I'm like, it's paying the bills, though. Keep buying tickets to our fights. Keep buying our T-shirts. Come watch us fight. I've never seen so many lumberjack gays at a fight until I went down to Plymouth. I'm like, that dude's got some Carhartts on and some logging boots, and that thing's got, his drink has 14 umbrellas in it. Like, I love this place. I'm like, you guys should just be handing out freedom booklets, and like there should be weed and guns just be passing around. It's crazy down there. And that's why I'm like, I'll fight Aaron Hughes there because me and him are like, we're going to show up. We're going to fight each other. We always fight. And like, him and I would do it in any gym in New England. We would fight we'd spar hard. We know that. We've known each other since we've been in the sport together. You just cross paths, and sometimes you got to fight each other.
So this is coming from a guy, I know you've abandoned it, but your original fight nickname was Ken Doll for a reason.
Yeah.
You're a handsome feller. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah. It's just, and like,
You got an extra eye on Mrs. Denning now that you're fighting a stud like Aaron?
What was that?
Are you keeping an extra eye on her cage side, knowing that you're fighting Aaron?
Oh, he's
You got nothing to worry about.
He's out here like I can't knock his hustle, bro. Not even kidding you. Back in the day, me, 22 years old, I had a 2007 Toyota Corolla S, had like 22 TVs in it. Not even shitting you. I had a 32-inch flat screen in the trunk with a 15-inch Kicker L7 subwoofer, PS2, Xbox, the whole nine. I went to car shows like every weekend. But the vinyls on my car said, "I make hot moms." Are you guys still there?
Oh,
Yeah, we're following.
You just froze for a second on the thing, but I had vinyl stickers on my car that said, "I make hot moms." Like, I love hot moms. I'm like, Aaron starts throwing all this stuff out. I'm like, this kid's a riot.
You see the comments when you're on there? He's put up a comment. I'm 28 with a 2004 Corolla.
Bro. And he's like, we're just trying to get the come up by getting our abs in check and like going to the gym, elbowing our friends in the head.
Oh man, this definitely we thought we were talking fights. Now we're talking about Corollas and TV screens and man.
But stylistically, if you want to talk about the fight, he
Yeah.
reminds me so much of, and I'll let it go to his head. He reminds me so much of Nate Diaz. And he's not going to like anything I have to say after that huge compliment because none of it's good. He's got kind of a big head and some ears to go with it. But he's a bigger frame guy compared to me. Like, him at 45 was like, I really thought the kid was going to be a murderer at 45. And I think he still could be if he stayed at that weight. 55 is a tough weight. Like, Ryan Sanders used to fight at 155 at one point in time. It's a tough weight class to fight at. Will I come up to fight a guy like Aaron, 3-3, with me having 20-something fights? Yeah, I will. But it's a tough weight class to, like, get that real longevity of this sport.
So let me ask you, you mentioned the weight class. There was a time Matt Denning was taking fights at 185, 175, we fought one time at Premier, 195 maybe?
185 is the heaviest I fought.
Yeah, like, is it now that you kind of the second revival of your career and, you're throwing some wins together and stuff like that, is your ideal goal to stick around this weight, like in your real fight?
Yeah, I definitely want to stay around here. I want to watch some of these guys that fought me at 185 get beat up, but no one's fighting them. I'm like, come on, redeem me, someone, come back here. But
yeah.
No, there was no need besides I needed money for me to fighting at those weights. There was no need for it besides they needed people short notice. I was the only one that would take the paycheck to do it. And
what were you eating at 185?
Bro, let me put it like this. I cut to 185. I cut to 185.
He's been on that Pulver meal plan, Pulver and Formers meal plan.
I fought at 145. I'm probably 210 right now, so I know you can get out of here quick.
If you ever watch that show Fit to Fat to Fit Again, where they take someone and like they gain a bunch of weight, I'm trying to get on that because I think I could do it again, gain a whole bunch back, and then go lose.
We'll do it together. I'll put on 100 pounds real quick and then lose it again.
Yeah, Arnold,
I don't want to do 100. I will like 30. I'll do, but not 100.
Cam Arnold, he's a teammate. You guys actually fought like kind of somewhat of a teammate. He's cornered you. Kind of
so we used to train together at Central Maine. That's where both of us got our start. And I think Cam could probably be easily a 35-pound champ. We stand next to each other, and I'm like, damn it, I need to get to 35. And I think I fought Jay Perrin at 40. I fought my pro debut at 140. And I look at Cam. I think if him and I actually team up and link up together with how much experience I have with promoting and it would be very beneficial for both of us. But he's going places. I think he's in Florida right now. Like
Yeah,
he
down in
he
Andrusia.
take he he's. I'm going through a bunch of stuff personally here at home. Nothing that's gonna detour me from fighting, but it's detouring me from going down to Florida. But I think it's not even I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it every day, looking for a place down there so he doesn't have to pay rent and stay at a hotel, and he has a place to stay. I'm very much in investing in marketing and real estate stuff myself. So I want to do what I can to help him with that part of it. He's going to take care of the rest. There's no one that works harder than him, and it's always been like that since he was at Central Maine. He's the first one in the gym. He's the last one to leave. And, like, he does a bunch of extra stuff. He's old school. I won't give any of Cam's secrets away, but he's an old school trainer. Like, he trains like old school boxers, and the kid's got – you've seen him fight. You know he's got hands. And up until, like – I've been punched by Sean Lally. He punched me so hard he dislocated my finger. And that's like that's a quick snap to dislocate someone's finger with like a snap of a punch. But Cam Arnold punches just as hard as these guys. Like I fought Pat Casey and I still think Cam punches harder than Pat Casey. And that's Pat. Like Pat punches hard. That's how hard Cam punches. Like I don't think you guys understand like boxing gloves. Like I took a couple knees when him and I boxed because he just has those hips and that you don't know where it's coming from. Someone like Cupcakes that's a smaller, good striker understands that the hip rotation and your speed really makes so much more power than actual bigger size does. Getting hit that quick, that snappy, like it drops you, and we've seen it time and time again with Cam. There's nothing but good things I can say about him. I'm just a grappler that likes to fight, and that's the difference. I was a brawler, and I just like the sport as a whole. There's so much you can't not be good at kickboxing in MMA. You can't not be good at jiu-jitsu in MMA. You have to be able to wrestle. And if you don't know how to wrestle, learn. Because judo ain't the way. Judo's when comes in is when you want to do some slick shit to someone you know you can toss around. You're like, here you go, you're getting launched. But some guys you don't want to throw. I just want to take you down and pound you out. I know I brought it up to you before. I wouldn't mind running Lally back.
He asked me that.
And
respect to that.
And I really want to for me because Lally is like a really lean dude at like 165, 170. And I think stylistically, styles make fights. Stylistically, that would have been a much better burner of a fight than the finger dislocation. And I think my jiu-jitsu outweighs his ground and pound, and our striking is so much different of styles that it would make for a good striking fight. But I'm gonna try to make a run at a 45 title if I can somewhere. I want to fight on the first of the year, get it out of the way at a heavier weight, so I don't have to make 45, and then I want to go to 45.
Nice.
And
Interesting fights at 45.
There's some people like we talked about a guy that fights for you that was offered for me for somewhere else, and it's like I'm back and forth all the time because everyone knows I'll show up to fight, so they're trying to book me. And it's like you've said it before, people get concerned when I'm booked multiple fights. And I'm like, no, I don't mind it. It gives me a better preparation, but I need to stay active. You need to keep the momentum, keep consistency, and tomorrow's not promised. And it's like, I could legit fucking die on one of these bikes. And it's like, I want to know what I'm putting for my future. I know how much staying in a fight camp, staying in shape, doing all the hard work, I know what the payoff is. and it's worth it to me.
So Aaron Hughes, on that note, he threw a comment up there. We'll throw it up on the screen. He said, "Just don't overlook me, Matt. I'm one of the best around. Facts. Focus on this one."
Oh, for sure. And like, that's why, like, it's a respect thing. Hey, do you think Aaron would want to fight me? I want to fight on your show. I don't really know anyone else that I would want to fight for Cage Titans besides the kid that's got that height, that energy, like the consistency, the dedication to the sport. And it makes for you have a large heavyweight title fight on this card. You have majority pro fights on this card than any other card in New England that I've seen. And at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be a part of it all. I'm not sitting front row getting hammered with my friends. I'm backstage getting gloved up, watching everyone warm up, then get in my own head and do what I go to work.
How's it going to go, Matt? Tell me how the fight goes. How does it play out in your head? Your style against Aaron's style. How does it go?
I tried to fight Nate Diaz once in a hallway in New York. And it's just exactly how I'm not throwing head kicks at Nate Diaz. Like, I want to see if he can strike like he can with his focus mitts and his videos and stuff. I want to see how well he does with old man time in front of him, like that knows how to check a kick and like put his hands at his chin and like defend and do the right stuff. I want to see. Realistically, it's no different than if the kid showed up to my gym and like wanted to spar. I want to see where you're at, kid. I want to see where you are. And if you want to, when you start upping that pace, if you want to put the pressure, you better know that I fought Sean Lalleys and Pat Casey's and UG's and these big fucking dudes. So you're not coming at me with much more than they have. But I want to see what he's made of. Because the I love hot moms only lasts so long.
Social media team, clip that little clip right there.
Yep.
Blast that out.
Definitely.
There you go. I love it. Andy,
That's
what do you
lit.
got for him before we hop on?
That's lit.
Listen, stoked for this fight. I love the matchup. I like it in both stages of your career. Aaron Hughes has been around for a long time. And like you said, you've got more pro fights in the last calendar year than he does in his entire pro career. And there's nothing like fighting at Plymouth Memorial Hall. I think both of you guys bring the energy, and I'm stoked to sit cage side and call it. So thank you for being here. Matt Denning, stoked to have you back at Plymouth Memorial
I'll
Hall.
give you the actual prediction, but
Okay.
I'll give you the first round TKO.
Nice.
Here we go.
You got cupcakes clapping. Before I let you go, because I got one question. You mentioned 23 or so professional fights. What was your favorite fight, through your career up to this point?
Nothing beats Madison Square Garden on New Year's Eve. I fought for Race FO for World Series of Fighting before they went to PFL. I'm actually glad that you brought this up because it's that time of year. I got into this sport in January of 2013, weeks after my mother passed away. I watched my mom die from cancer right in front of me in hospice. I watched her take her last breath. I went and told my siblings and my family that she had passed. I ended up in a bar talking some slick shit to some dudes to see if I still had it. And that's not the way to do it. You can go sign up to fight as an amateur for your local MMA community to see if you still have it. So that's what I did. I showed up to Central Maine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, started training there, took an amateur fight against Dom Cafone like a month later, March 1st. I went the distance. I think that's like the only time ever in my career that I went the distance of a fight, ever as an amateur and as a pro. And it's what led me to where I'm sitting here right now. Was the most it was the loss of my mother. but Ray helped me out so much when I was I grew up in Western New York, and I was a big wrestler, and Ray's always had his hands in everything, and he actually helped out my Y locally in New York when I was young. And then to get that phone call, Rodrigo Almeida, who I actually fought for Combat FC, was so overweight for the fight that he had to turn it down. So he called me, and I took the fight against Tommy Marcelino on, again, just like 2 weeks notice at a heavier weight. It was like a catch weight at 160. And it was the fight where Jake Shields, Justin Gaethje, like there were so many title fights on that card. And Nate got into it with the Brazilians from who Jake Shields was fighting, and the other guy we were in Madison Square Garden, and that place is like locked down like Fort Knox anyway, because it's just MSG, and there's like so many celebrities in the area all the time. And you just got Nate Diaz flinging cans of soda at people and water bottles, and it was a riot, because it's just how they've always been. And I was at an interview, so they did the like main card and then the undercard interviews, and I was on the undercard of that, but they started at like noon. And so I was in my interview, and my homeboy just sent me a snap of Nate Diaz in the hallway, and I was like, oh, sick, like Nate Diaz is there, that's cool. So I come out, and me just being dumb, I was like, yo, I heard Nate was looking for a fight. And he was like, get the fuck out of my face. And I was like, oh shit, I'm about ready to get stalked and slapped the fuck out of here in Madison Square Garden. And I don't know if any of you have ever met Nate. He's a big fucking dude. Like, you see those guys, like, you know what is different, like how different you look in the cage compared to how big you, like, he's big. His head's big, his hands are big, and I thought he was gonna smack me. But he ended up taking a picture with me, and he was like, you're here right now. Act like you're supposed to be here.
That's cool.
And it was like, it's like looking back, it's like what could have been if I would have taken my shit more. Like Bruce Boyington fought on that card. It was just for me, it's one of those monumental fights. Like Ronda Rousey fought Amanda Nunes that same weekend, and at the time, I was going down to the Cape to train, and Amanda Nunes was training down there because she was, I don't know, it's like her wife or whatever's family lives down in Cape Cod, and she was training with the Gracie gym down there, and that's how I knew Amanda. You want to see some dudes get beat up? Amanda Nunes smacked the shit out of all y'all at 145 in New England. She's a bad girl. I remember training with her, and it was like 100 degrees out, and she was just front headlocking me, snap down after snap down. She's a tough girl.
Well,
Because of how many times I fought and where I fought and all those short-term calls, like I've got to meet some of the best people inside the MMA community. Nick Newell doesn't understand how big of an inspiration he is to me. Just because of how the way I grew up poor and stuff, and like that's not a handicap. Being poor is not a handicap. Like that having something from birth that you can't control and you still doing amazing, great things shows people that you're just making fucking excuses for why you can't do better things with your life. Like it's just the only limitation you have is yourself. Like you're your biggest critic. You're the one standing in your way. It was my fault that I didn't take my fighting career seriously in the beginning. And it was my doings and my hard work that showed that I belong in the sport. I can go back down to 145. I can put in the work. But now I'm older, wiser, stronger, better, faster. It's like
you're here to show this new generation what's up. When,
exactly.
You know, all that experience. I love it. These guys, Johnny has been excited about your fight. He's had it circled. Andy's had it circled. I think this is one of the fights that we got to watch out for. A lot of hype's going over the main event and the co-main event, but this is definitely one that fans of New England are going to want to watch.
It's a phenomenal card, and it's amazing that it's happening, like you guys said, a week after New Year's, and like let's get 2023 off with a bang.
There we go. So thank you so much, Matt Denning. We got Marcus Andrusia already on standby, so we're going to bring him by. Thank you, Matt. We'll talk to you in a few weeks. Enjoy your holiday, and we will see you inside the cage.
Awesome. See you guys.
Good training, bro. Good training.
Hello. There we go. He had a lot to talk about, man. He's
Talkative dude. I like it.
I love it. You know, when
Good
you got a guy
energy.
like it, you get to see a little bit behind him, and you know,
peek behind the curtain. That is Matt
Before
Denning.
we jump to Marcus, like Zach Cyril, he showed that he's just not an asshole troll. You know, he said Matt, and I know Matt wasn't. I couldn't read his comment because Matt was talking. But he said, Matt, your mother would be very proud if she knew that you turned her passing into something so positive. So, you know, Zach is not just a troll all the time. He did that.
He knows. He's a human being.
Hopefully you saw that comment. But either way, we got Marcus Andrusia back with us to Louisiana, right? Down in Louisiana.
Yes, sir. All the way up.
Louisiana. Sorry.
Northern boy, Matt Denning, to the southern bride, Marcus Andrusia, making his way back up. The Cage Titans, you know, this is a fight that we're looking forward to here, but a fight that is almost come to fruition a couple of times in the past has been Peter Barrett versus Joe Giannetti. You're coming off your fight with Joe Giannetti last time. People saw you at Cage Titans. Now you're fighting the other coin of that historically, famously evaded fight that has never actually come to fruition. How excited are you to A, make the trip back up to Plymouth, and B, fight another top prospect around these regions?
Man, I'm ready. I'm excited to be back. Y'all got perfect hospitality up there, and I have no issues coming up there competing for y'all whatsoever, regardless of the opponent. So, and I owe a guy some money up there, so I guess I can pay that fee whenever I go back.
You owe a guy money. Hold on. Who do you owe money?
The little boardwalk down there, south of event.
Yeah.
Got a hoodie and like a magnet from the guy from one of those little thrift shops, but the card machine was down. So he hooked me up. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's your first stop back is to go pay that debt.
that's right. That's right.
So I
Stand
think
up.
it's important. Number one, that's pretty a badass story. But I think it was important for me as a promoter on my side. You know, you took that fight against Joe Giannetti on super short notice. And, you know, my thoughts and my feelings are always when we deal with guys who take fights like that, you know, hey, I owe you a fight on full notice. And, you know, you have 8 weeks to prepare. For the people that might have saw a small sample size of you on a week and a half notice back against Giannetti, now seeing you at 8-week camp, you're a veteran over 30 fights. Like, what can the Cage Titans fans expect to see out of Marcus on a full fight camp, fully prepared for a showdown like this?
They can expect it to last a little longer this time. No excuses at all. I was fighting some foot injuries going into that match, and I cracked it pretty early too. And it just wasn't a good night. It is what it is. But I'm hoping I can work on my boxing for this match. I think his style is going to meet up perfect with mine, and it's going to be a clash. And I'm expecting a war, as always, at this level. So I'm ready to go. We'll see who has the cardio.
So you mentioned, I mentioned you fought 30 times professionally. We just had Matt Denning, somebody who's fought 30 times professionally and been fighting for as long as you have. Share one of your fun stories, one of your favorite moments from your fight career so far.
I guess my most memorable would have to be the Corey Hill fight back in 2014. Rest in peace to him. But that was like the first big name that I fought, and I ended up getting a knockout within a couple minutes of that. So that was pretty neat. That was probably one of the better moments in my career.
Yeah. What do you? You're from Louisiana. Is that where you're originally from?
What's that?
That's where you're originally from?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Texas born, Louisiana raised, baby.
All right, there you go. If we're going to Louisiana for the first time, what would you take us out to do? Crawfish, is that a big thing in Louisiana?
I'd probably take y'all frogging or something like that. See if we can't go wrangle up some alligators or something for y'all.
Hold on, what's frogging?
Why am I not surprised you said that?
Gator hunt.
Gator hunt. You eat gator bites?
No, man, that's overrated. Best way.
I saw you move your hand. I'm like, if he pulls out gator bites, I'm gonna die.
I thought he was gonna like grab a gator by the tail and just hold it up like it's a fish.
Hold on, what's frogging though? Explain this to me, because you said frogging. I'm thinking like
Go
we're
hunt
looking for
frogs and then you cook the frogs.
No, but he said gators. So what is frogging?
He's got to take his hat off for this explanation.
Y'all got big bullfrogs up there? Probably not.
Not like
as
yours.
big down there. Not as
Yeah.
big as down there.
Yeah, man, you go out frogging. Most people catch them with the hand, some gig, some net. But ain't nothing like getting on the river frogging and doing some frog legs afterwards.
So you just go out with your bare hands
Catch
and
frogs.
catch frogs.
And then eat their legs.
in a spotlight, or maybe I'd take y'all hog hunting or something.
Hog hunting. Dude,
Yep.
you guys are savages.
That's like what they do for fun down there. They just
Y'all
kill
don't have
shit.
pigs up there either?
No, not hogs.
we don't kill them.
No, we don't. There's no feral hogs.
You
ripping
crazy.
through territories up here.
Oh, down here.
You're not.
We got some
V Jones, that must be one of your friends.
D. Jones.
A night.
V
I don't know.
Jones. She said she loves you. She didn't say she loved you, but she's in there, said she's only watching for you. She said, take us at night frogging.
Frogging, dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look and see who that was.
He's
Yeah.
like, let me-
Wild hogs are an invasive species, so okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a big deal, and not up here,
Invasive,
not
yeah,
yet at least. But
Tyler has killed a hog for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Oh
surprised.
man.
That's what Ted Nugent. He goes in the helicopters and
Yeah,
hunts all
yeah.
the hogs
Gumbo.
in the
Somebody
helicopter.
said gumbo. Oh,
Gum-
V Jones is a photographer.
Oh, nice.
Gumbo's nice.
Yeah, gumbo. So let me ask you. I have on my bucket list to go to New Orleans. Is that overrated?
It's overrated.
Okay.
It's overrated, man. A lot of people think that's the only spot in Louisiana is New Orleans, but unless you just like smelling piss, like
But Mardi Gras.
right. But really the real food's between Lake Charles and Lafayette. So that's gonna step on some toes, but I don't care.
Zach Cyril, our resident troll in our out-of-state corner, you are his profile picture, and he said that you are his favorite out-of-town fighter in the corner.
Awesome.
Zach is hated by many up here, but
Loved by some.
he's so important to Cage Titans. Like, he's just a fan that offered his services probably 4 or 5 years ago. He always helps the out-of-staters. He always tries to be, ear, brings a corner bucket for guys and stuff like that.
Always tries to kiss me when I'm commentating.
So yeah, the fact that he's cornered a lot of out-of-staters, the fact that you're his favorite, that speaks volumes. And
That
you are
means-
such a gentleman too. I gotta say.
Appreciate it, man. That means a lot. So, and I
I gotta
always
go back to the frogs.
possible.
What was that?
I said I always try to stay as humble as possible, regardless of what people may think of my demeanor. I'm pretty straightforward, and I'm just blunt, and kind of like take it however you'd like. But I don't ever mean too much harm.
So we've solved the V Jones mystery. She's the photographer who shot you at training last Friday night.
Okay, I got it now.
Got it. And then I got to go back to the Frogger. So like you eat the legs, but what about the rest?
Nah, there really ain't nothing on the rest. You might
Is it
get a little meat off of that back, but nothing to go through the trouble with for
Gotcha.
You just keep the legs.
The legs.
eggs,
You
man.
fry them?
You can fry them. I like to do them on a skillet personally,
Skillet.
or on the grill.
That's outstanding.
I'll take your word on it. I'm never gonna eat fried
Not
eggs. I'm
happening.
sorry.
Sorry, bro.
I'm in. I'll eat some.
I
I'll
would
eat
maybe
some
hunt a
fried
hog
frogs, no
and
problem.
eat a hog.
Food, but I prefer that grill or smoke.
So when you
Alright.
come up to can you sneak some frog legs in your bag?
Frog leg jerky.
I'll call in advance to Houston and see if they're gonna allow that. Well,
All right. Well, I have a restaurant, so I'll see if I can order some frog legs.
Oh my god.
yeah, there you go.
And I'll try to get them in here. And then maybe
I'm
we can
in.
do a little cooking show with you and Andy. You can show us how to cook them up.
That's right.
I
A
totally.
couple
could.
people said they taste
That would
like
be fun.
chicken. And
Maybe
a frog is pretty much a mouth and stomach and legs.
It's really all a frog is.
It's thick legs, thickness.
Yeah, it's most of its weight right there. What about gator tail?
See, gator's good. A lot of people are just gonna run straight to the gator tail, but man, to me, the jaw meat on the gator is the best.
Jaw meat?
Yeah,
You cut off its face
Strong.
and then you eat the bottom half of the snout.
you gonna skin it.
You got to skin it.
You got to skin the bottom, like
Skin it, debone it.
you just cut the bottom jaw off, you skin it, and then you eat it around like the teeth of the thing is a rib bone, and you just eat
Oh,
the
no, cut the meat off. You're gonna cut the meat
I
off.
don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking hey, man.
gator
I thought we were going to
jaw.
talk about
That's
fights
intense.
now.
I
We're
know,
talking
right?
about frogs
Is
and gators.
gator jaw on the Louisiana weight cut menu?
No. It don't.
Can't cut weight with gator jaw.
You
No,
think it'd be lean,
when
but,
I'm in whenever I go into training camp, I like to try to stay plant based as much as possible.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Very nice.
Gator's
Um,
not plant.
Nope.
No. You have any horror stories? I'm intrigued by this hunting stuff. You got any horror stories from your hunting days?
I really don't, man. Nothing that not really, everything's gone pretty well. I haven't had anything too crazy happen.
Like almost
Some-
lose
some-
a finger or anything?
Some of the animals he's killed have probably got some horror
Now-
stories.
Other than having to cross water in the middle of January, the one year that it did snow down here a couple years back, chasing
Yeah.
after pigs. That's probably about it.
We're showing our character because Tyler Pimentel, he's one of our wilderness boys from up here. He's like, us city boys have never had any game meat.
Oh, yes,
which
I
is
have.
true. I don't even eat dark meat on chicken. Like, I don't eat off the bone, nothing. I need
Love
give me a
venison.
chicken breast. That's all I need.
I've had gator.
Yeah.
I've been to Florida and South Carolina. They eat gator down there.
So bringing it back to the fight.
Fighting, yes.
Back to the fighting, because we got your opponent that's going to be coming in a little bit. But what do you see in Peter Barrett that excites you about this matchup? You mentioned you want to show your boxing. Clearly, Peter's a stand-up fighter. What excites you about this matchup?
I'm just glad to finally fight somebody as old as I am almost. Now, Pete, Slippery Pete, man, the name speaks for itself. I'm looking for it to be good. I see he likes to stand up a lot, work his Muay Thai and whatnot. So that's why I'm hoping to let my hands go in this match, and hopefully we can walk out with a knockout.
Nice. Slippery Pete, with a name like that, it sounds like he could be down on the bayou hunting gators with
That's right.
you.
Work something out. I am going to want one of those shirts, though. I ain't never wanted a fighter shirt, but I'll take one of those Slippery Pete shirts.
Which one? He's got so many of them. He's got the bubble gum. He's got the Reese's. He's got the Krispy Kreme.
Which one do you like?
One that looked like the Cracker Jack guy on
Yep.
Yep.
Good call. Nice. Well, Marcus, it's been a pleasure having you. I'm excited because, I'm excited for our fans to be able to see you at a full fight camp, and being able to train, and focus on one opponent. That's important. So I'm excited for you to bring it on January 7th, man.
Cool deal, man. Thank y'all much. I enjoy y'all's company. I can't wait to get up there and make a statement.
All right, buddy. We'll
Thank
talk
you, Marcus
to you soon.
Andrusia.
And thanks for taking the time out.
Okay.
Later. All right, that was fun. Dude, I don't know, man.
Gator jaw and frog's legs.
What would we do if we went to Louisiana and the first two things he says, hunting? Both of them.
I wouldn't think hunting down
I'd be
there.
like, I don't know, we'll
What do
see
you
what kind of
mean?
movies are playing, or we'll go down to the Plymouth Rock.
Johnny's like,
No.
"You're romantic dinner."
Well, but he came here, what would we do in Plymouth? I'm like thinking,
I mean, what would we do? That's
Hunting?
Somebody said that I wouldn't go hunting.
no.
I mean, what would you do?
Down
If
in
you-
Louisiana?
Like we're inviting somebody else. We're inviting someone here for the first time. What would you do? with them?
Go to New Hampshire and show them the foliage.
Yes.
That's what you do in New England.
Go
is-
Faneuil Hall.
Well,
Faneuil
luckily,
Hall. Oh, yeah.
crabbing. Jenny Dago, that's a good one.
That
Crabbing.
is a good one.
Crabbing. Luckily, we have Tyler Pimentel. He's our resident manly type stuff.
He's our redneck.
Yeah, he goes hunting every week. I mean, not sorry, hunting. He goes shooting every Sunday. So I like that we have Tyler Pimentel because we should hook him and Marcus up because
Oh, they would be
They're-
friends.
yes, I am too fat to go hunting. Zach, Cyril, I gave you a nice compliment. How you were like the soft side, throw you out there, and then you want to just come right back and throw digs at me. Well, anyways, thank you to Marcus. And
I've never skinned a deer, let alone a
Cool
gator
fight.
jaw.
Swamp Yankee rednecks sleep with their own. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, man, I'm pumped up. I'm excited for Marcus's fight because he wants to come up here and he said that to me. He's like, listen, I'll take this fight on a week's notice, but I'm obviously not in the best shape. I'm not prepared. We bumped that.
You
fight
could
up to
tell
65.
something looked like off with him that night, just
Yeah.
the way that he was carrying himself, and he just seemed unsure. And Joe, you can't be unsure against Joe.
Yeah.
He's way too sharp. He's way too hungry. So I'm excited to see Andrusia on a full camp. It's gonna be
Yeah, I
fun.
mean, he's got some good wins in his career.
He just
He's been
looks
playing-
like a striker the way he carries and moves and whatnot. So I'm excited to see him against Pete, who's a great striker.
Yeah. So without further ado, even your opponents love your t-shirts. Let's bring in Slippery Pete, Peter Barrett.
I
What
got
up,
the
Slip?
best t-shirts in the game.
Hey, shout out to Pete who's driving and doing this. We don't recommend this. Put a little disclaimer in the bottom. We do not recommend this.
What the hell are you talking about? You do it half the time.
Bro,
I mean,
I'm the master of Facebook living and driving, baby.
You were doing something else that we could see you on. Do you know we can see you on camera when you're in the waiting room?
Oh my God, I know you can hear me coughing too. I said your speaker, your mic is unmuted. It flashed right over, and I'm like, all right, they know what's up.
That's the second fighter we've had.
Matt Denning was doing the same thing, not to blow up his spot.
You know,
You gotta
I
reduce
like to think of that as part of my working in routine. As much as you put out, you got to put back in. That's a little TLC on the body right there. It's like a little 5-minute vacation.
And listen,
Yeah.
boss, you always ask me how I lost a little weight. You got to eat your greens. You got to smoke your greens too. It's good for your health. I don't care. You help lose weight. It helps motivate you working out and recovery. I got to stand with Pete on that.
I stand with Monster and energy drinks. This is number 4 for today. It's been a long day. I had to get
Mike,
up at
you
6
told me you were
a.m.
going to stop drinking them after you drank 8 during the last event.
Dude, last event.
8?
Last event, I actually was.
8?
Yeah, man.
Oh
Last
my
event was a
God.
rough event.
You
And I
drank
was-
8 monsters?
And I was kind of like by the end. Well, I think it was like over the 2 days.
And I didn't even, I still have a bag of monsters in my truck from that night that I was bringing to give to him. I didn't even get them to him. He was like, no, I got plenty. I'm smelling colors right now.
You drank 8 monsters in 24 hours?
I said, Mike, how did your heart not jump out of your chest, bro?
What is wrong with you? You need to smoke some weed.
No,
Holy
probably did.
shit.
You guys see me at a show. I'm running around nuts. I'm non-stop, man. It's just my it's my thing. But anywho,
8 monsters.
enough about my 8 monsters. Do you smoke 8 joints a day?
That is
No.
Yes, I do.
Pete does. I know that for sure. I
Oh,
bet
you
your
know
face
it.
does.
You know it.
depends on the day.
Oh.
So should I tell
Hey,
you guys?
hey, I only smoke 8 joints on days that end in DAY.
What is DAY?
Saturday,
Every day of the
Monday,
week.
Tuesday.
Oh,
Saturday,
man.
Sunday, Monday,
Hold
Tuesday.
on. Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm picking up what you put. Now, enough about that stuff. We talked about some crazy shit today. We talked about
8
Matt
monsters
Denning had
in
a
one day
bunch
is the
of stories.
craziest shit that we've heard.
Tell me about it, bro. He tells me these things, and I'm like, Mike, what are you doing to yourself, bro? I love you too much to let you do these things.
That is pretty
He's like,
impressive.
and he's like, well, I drank them yesterday. Oh, fuck.
That's worse than the seated Scarface when he just has his face buried in a mountain of cocaine. Like,
Hey, you guys do your thing. I'll do mine.
That's pretty
I
impressive,
do
bro.
sugar-free.
shotgun and monsters. Like, that makes a difference.
I mean, it's kind of leave me alone. Anyways, enough about your fun. Marcus Andrusia talked about your shirts. He likes them.
Yeah, he wants one of the Cracker Jacks, so I'll make sure to hold one for him.
Yes, and he's looking in his back seat if he's still there. So, can you tip us off? What's the shirts for this time?
It's a secret.
Hey, Andrew, through you. These are only 10 calories. That's only 80 calories. I drink the sugar free.
It's not the calories, Mike. It's the methamphetamines in there.
Stop it. What's your shirt going to be?
I'm stuck between 2 designs, and I haven't made up my decision yet. But
Well, give us the 2 designs.
It's going to be a
It's
monster can.
Well, I'm thinking about the Arm & Hammer one that you may have seen a mock-up in the past. I thought that was pretty badass. But I was trying to think of something, like you know, in the spirit of the time of the year that we're going to be fighting, it's going to be New Year's. Like, you know, maybe, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm stuck on that. There's a little bit of a writer's block, but I know when it's ready, this motherfucker is going to walk across the fucking crosswalk. If you have a do not walk sign, I will run you over. Fucking city driving, dude.
I hate when that happens.
At least you have your seatbelt on.
You safety first, kids.
Oh man. So maybe some people can help us in the comments. If you look, so you're looking for like kind of like what we're doing with the poster, like the gold Gatsby type theme, maybe.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I think we're getting too specific, but
What's the famous champagne bottle? If you're trying to
I
go
was
with
actually that honest. To be honest, the other idea was to do a you know, a throwback Namaste as fuck one again, like the super basic one that everybody loved.
Sugar Skull.
Yeah, no sugar skull. Before the sugar skull, just the Om symbol and the crossbones.
Okay.
Like the OG Namaste as fuck.
Okay.
But you know, I maybe I'd do it in red. But I got a lot of red shirts, and I really think people like the knockoff brand aspect of it. So I don't want to take away from all these awesome designs that we've been rapping on.
Rob Pico threw up Toys for Tots. I don't know. I don't really
That's
know.
too many colors, bro. You don't know shit about printing. You know how expensive that shirt would be? That's like 8 colors.
All right. So if you guys have any ideas, throw them in the comments for Slippery Pete. Pete, Marcus Andrusia, your opponent, you know, you didn't get to see a ton out of him when he came up the last time. What do you know about him? Because I'm assuming you've looked up a little tape, you looked up his records. What are you looking forward to in this fight?
You know, he's durable. It'll be, you know, he's tough. Just like Jacob Bone. Bone was tough. Took a hell of a fucking beating. Turned around, won his next fight over another really talented young fighter. So I'm looking at, Andrusia, very much the same. Tough kid, durable kid. Like he said, we're getting we're both old men, you know. I would have to say I don't look as old as I am, but I'll take that feather in my hat. But we're gonna beat the shit out of each other, you know. We got the rubber ducky for the bloodbath. There you'll have nothing less than absolute highly calculated violence and pain.
All right.
Dude, what do you want, man? I throw knees, I throw elbows, I crush men's souls, and he's just gonna be another head into the bag.
He said that he wants to test some cardio. It seemed like he was alluding to that.
Bring your cardio. I fucking put my foot on the gas for 3.5 rounds against Jacob Bone, who came in on a solid camp with solid cardio and beat the brakes off of him too.
Such a crazy fight that you're coming off. Crazy 2 fights. Both of your last fights have been wars.
Bro, all 3 of my fights. So I'm fucking 3-0 for my last 3 fights. Fuck that little piece of shit.
Sounds like he's got a mission to get another fight in.
You know, he's got a mission to not like all these motherfuckers. They're like, oh no, we squeaked by Pete. We won't rematch him. Let's fucking eat my ass. Get out.
So is that a rematch that you're campaigning for then?
Dude, I'm just saying, man. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna fuck them all up.
Well, speaking of what
and
you're
I fucking
saying,
slammed that asshole on his head, and I still got robbed of a beautiful decision. So what did I do? I went back to knocking motherfuckers out. Next 2 fights, finishes. I learned my lesson. Nobody's walking out of that cage with me. Not with their feet under them.
Johnny, give us some analysis here.
What do you think? How do you see this one going then? Are you working on any specific techniques that you are going to be showcasing in the fight? I know you're always, you know, upgrading and evolving.
Yeah, so I've been working on these cartwheel kicks.
Shut the
where
fuck
up. like in soccer where you do the backflip, and I'm gonna place it right on his chin. And then land on the same foot I kicked him with.
Very dope.
Bringing it back to reality. I think we got a good suggestion from what Willie thinks. He said,
well, I've been investing a lot into fundamentals, meaning lots of painstaking rounds of footwork, direction changes, movement. You know, I'm moving really well. I'm breathing really well. My hands are accurate as ever. You know, I bought big old fucking knee pads because I was sick of hurting my teammates during sparring. So I got these big old clunky fucking things, you know, the big blue ones from back in the day that you can still find on Amazon by Combat Sports.
Yep.
I had to buy those fuckers because everybody was mad at me, dude. This kid's going down. He wants to test his boxing. I'll just give him a little long guard. He'll eat a fucking knee right up the middle. He'll be folded over. Maybe he'll take another one in the forehead. I see this kid bleeding everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And it's gonna like American Psycho blood everywhere.
I like it. So,
I like
Pete, what Willie thinks said "slippery when wet" sign as a T-shirt. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea, but like, it's kind of like, it's almost too easy, and it's not really like the Cracker Jack one was absolute fire. The Krispy Kreme, the Reese's, like all of the candy and snack wrappers have been fucking amazing. Maybe Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. That's what's up. Oh, fuck them up.
That's actually a fucking good one.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah, once you pop, the fun don't stop. Oh no.
There you go. So switching gears a little bit from your fight, one of your teammates is fighting Giannetti, Solomita and Giannetti. We met up earlier. We talked a little bit about this fight. What can you tell us about your boy Saul and how he's looking inside the gym?
We got some good rounds tonight. You know, I called him, said, bro, we got to showcase our shit on the 7th. So, you know, we've been kind of just pushing each other in the gym, making sure that we're getting the good work. And, you know, he's got that, like, they call him the spider for a reason. He's got that long, awkward style. He can reach you from wherever, which, like, looking at his opponent, Giannetti's kind of got that longer body too, but Saul is bigger and longer. So I think, you know, I didn't see the Trevor Goody fight, but I would imagine, you know, if Trevor gave him any trouble with his distance, Saul's going to fucking really give him a lot of trouble with his distance. Like, he can hit you from anywhere, and he's just so fucking durable. I mean, durable, like, doesn't even describe Saul. Like, Jorge Masvidal brings him in. Fucking, he traveled the world with Jose Aldo. Like, he's been everywhere to train with all these guys because he's got that reputation of he doesn't quit and he keeps moving forward and he continues to keep going. Like, you know what I'm talking about, Mike, because, you know, you've been around in the game long enough to know who Saul is. A lot of these younger guys are like, who the fuck is Saul Almeida? Who is this guy? And they're going to find out, dude, because he's a killer. You know what I mean? He's what, 20-12?
Yep.
You don't get to 20-12 without knowing how to fucking end a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got a little resurgence of the spider. I'm a pretty good hype man, right?
That was good.
Multi-fat. He's like,
I actually just said, because I didn't know what the fuck. I was like, is he rolling a joint or something? I had to look at
No. So I have this awesome method, right? I use a little piece of paper, make a little scoop, little shovel, dump it right in, keep my eyes on the road. I am focused.
he's crazy.
Hey, you can be Johnny's first guest on his new show called
let's go.
Half-Baked, and you guys can talk about all that stuff you want.
Let's go. That would be fun, actually. Yeah.
Hey,
We'll
two
set it
peas
up.
in a
We'll set it
pod.
up.
What do you
Gotta teach you how to properly pack a ball while driving. Do it safely.
Bro, I could teach you how to roll a blunt while driving. I don't recommend it, but I can do it.
Hey, he's having heart palpitations over here watching this. Meanwhile, when he drives, he's got a laptop in one leg, a monster in the other. He's shaking, he's twitching, he's texting.
I will have you guys know I have stopped. I'm home. I just don't want to pull in yet to lose the signal. So
so you know.
So what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to get off the phone. I'm just saying I'm not actually driving anymore. So now I'm gonna partake.
Oh, great. Jesus Christ. We can't be doing this on the show. Put this camera down.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Who did that?
This kills more people than what he's throwing in. Eight monsters giving him shit for smoking a pipe after training.
Man.
Who did that? Hey. There was a time where I used to stop and get nips after sparring. Let's be grateful I only smoke weed these days, all right? That's progress, baby.
Fair, I guess fair enough. I mean, on the scale of work
On the scale of how fucked up is Peter Barrett?
Oh man,
It's a free country.
yeah, I don't even know. Johnny, come on, help me out here.
I don't know. I am speechless. I love it.
Do you do this? Do you partake in the same things after training?
Of course. Of course.
I'd say at least 80%.
Not only does it help with the rest and relaxation, THC also helps repair TBIs and reduce the amyloidous plaque that builds up and causes dementia.
All right. I like
I'm
that.
talking brain health here, folks. I just got punched a few times over the last 10 rounds. I got to put a little bit back in there, make sure the inflammation is not building up.
Yep. Was that striking or MMA?
No, tonight was Marathon Monday, so it was 10 rounds of big love sparring, and then I dipped out before the clinch to come join you folks, but normally there's like 5 or 6 rounds of clinch as well.
Very nice.
I don't know what the TVI and all that other stuff.
Traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
We're avoiding CEP.
Okay.
CET, CTE.
Gotcha.
If you smoke weed, you said it right.
CTE is a side effect of a TBI. We're talking acronyms here, people.
Brandon Boat said, let's just say I know when Johnny arrives at the gym before I actually see him. Johnny's like Pigpen with that like smoke going around him as it follows him as he goes.
Before and after.
Every gym has those people. It just is.
So, Pete, you're big on conspiracy theories. I'm always like, when I go to your page, I can always see some crazy shit. What's the big hot button topic?
Dude, Mike, we talked about Pizzagate how many years ago? It's coming back up with the Balenciaga bullshit. It's the same fucking people. The same 2,000 rich elite people that have been fucking up everything are fucking it up again.
And they're all at the pinnacles of everybody that benefited off of this whole damn pandemic. I'm with you, Pete. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I was gonna
We just saw the largest wealth exchange ever over the last 3 years. And you think these assholes aren't going to be flagrant about it?
Oh.
Oh, man.
I agree.
Bro, you want to talk about, we don't even talk about conspiracy theories. We could just talk about the Hunter Biden laptop, because last time we talked about it, it was a conspiracy theory, which has now been proven to be true.
I remember.
Come on. That piece of shit was selling kids and fucking all sorts of drugs all through Ukraine. He's been laundering money there long before his dad was president. These goes back to the Obama days when there was a civil war and the Nazis took over.
Jeez, I think that they're gonna be shadow banning
Check
right
that,
now.
motherfuckers.
Ian Barrett.
Yeah.
Ian's like, you shouldn't have got him going.
No, get him going. Keep it going.
No. So back to your fight career. You had one fight last year. 2023. You're starting the year off right from the start with a fight. What can we expect from you in 2023?
Knocking motherfuckers out. I'm gonna just keep destroying, dominating, whatever acronym for that action you want to put in there, everybody you put in front of me until they have no choice but to put me in a big show arena so I can, maybe make some money and open a school or something.
You have some people that are amen in you. So if you want more of the Peter Barrett soapbox rants,
they're like, fire him up, let him smoke another bowl. Somebody send that kid weed. He's hilarious.
You did get me to bite when you said you had me go on the Pizzagate thing. I went down that rabbit hole.
You did, and it's so fucked up. And now it's coming back with Balenciaga in the mainstream, right in your face, because nobody paid attention to it when it was an issue years ago when it showed up on the Podesta emails. John Podesta, another one of those rich elite motherfuckers that has a time destroying your lives without you directly knowing it's him.
I don't even know if I want to ask this question. I think he might have posted, was like the Balenciaga. Did I see something today? Like with they're making kids with like male genitalia on their face.
Oh yeah, I saw that, like cartoons or something.
One of the owners of one of the control groups that owns into Balenciaga owns an auction house that specializes in selling erotic art of children with genitalia where their faces are. So like it's like a 5-year-old boy with a dick where his nose is and like a hole where his mouth is. It's like looks what would be the age of like a 4-year-old girl with lady bits in her mouth. It's very creepy. It's very disturbing. Again, we can go into what's the bitch's name? Abramovich. What's her name?
Welcome to
that
Cage
creepy
Titans.
bitch. The one that looks like a fucking female Satan. Maria Abramovich. What's her name?
Oh,
She's
yeah,
the one
yeah,
that
yeah.
hangs out with all the Kardashians and
Yeah.
does all like the human sacrificing in her artwork.
Yeah, if you
Dude,
see her, she looks like she's like 80, but then when she gets put together, she looks like she's 30. It's weird.
yeah, kind of like Cher.
Yeah.
I think you
Tell
and
me
John
she
should
hasn't
have-
been drinking baby's blood to stay.
Yeah, exactly. A little adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome,
Yeah.
All right.
Look that up. Go down that rabbit hole.
On that note, I'm pulling this back to the fights. Who's some of the
Talk
names?
about blood. I'm gonna spill some blood on the 7th.
Yeah, baby.
Perfect segue.
Perfect.
So spilling some blood on the 7th. I like that. Who's some of the work you're getting in with? You're training at Sidyatong, also at Lozon's.
I'm at SIT. I'm at Lozon's. I've been doing a lot of like independent stuff, investing in some tutorials with some coaches, like interactive, like how do I want to say this? Online. You know what I mean? You buy a program, they send you a program, you work the program, you get that opportunity to get feedback on the program. So I've kind of, I didn't bring in a specialist, but I'm using another coach's materials to get like my fundamentals, my footwork, my movement, my direction change, everything, all that beautiful stuff. Just, a little crisper, a little cleaner, a little sweeter. So when that flying knee comes off, I'm going to be shooting it from a solid base.
You mentioned getting other stuff. You've kind of been known for always kind of like the edge, like the cutting edge of training. Like you had that stupid, I say stupid, but the stupid tennis ball on your hat before it was cool. You were using pool noodles before people had those wacko sticks that they're using now. Like, you had the little brain tickler thing I used to wear. And I think
that trains cranial direct stimulation.
Yeah. What is the new hot button, like cutting edge thing that you've implemented most recently?
Liver supplements.
Oh, you the Liver King?
Bro, I just take liver supplements. It doesn't matter about the Liver King shooting steroids. There's no doubt in my mind that supplementing with liver is the best thing you can do.
Gotcha. So liver, because
liver, man. Not Liver King, but liver. Desiccated liver. There's more than one brand. There's some more affordable brands. But the Aura ring, I got this from the UFC I got that from the UFC when I was still fighting for him. That thing's awesome. Still my Whoop. My Whoop's my go-to. I found some plant technology that happens to open my mind that I don't know if you want me talking about on air either, but that's a fucking training tool that I really enjoy as well.
Microdosing or macro?
We're talking psilocybe.
Macro dosing.
We're just, you guys can use your imagination. I got some Zach, I'll get you some fresh baby batter. Come over here, buddy. Yeah, I can see the comments too, motherfuckers.
That comment up. I think are you talking about you smoke weed? Is that part of your training?
Mushrooms.
Oh,
Sure, Mike.
You don't smoke mushrooms, do
You eat them.
You can't smoke mushrooms.
I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, you eat them.
All right, so you might be doing mushrooms too.
Mushrooms too. Mushrooms and also, yeah. I mean, whatever.
All right, cool. So I'll condone the liver. Go ahead, eat the liver supplements. Everything else he said, don't listen.
You eat liver and drink Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Sleep's really important too. That's something I'm working on.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, I don't know, man. You got any questions about his actual fight there, Johnny?
Oh man.
First guest for Half Baked with Johnny Cupcakes.
Yeah, no, we're gonna set
There
that up
it
for
is.
sure.
And dude, please tell me the Half Baked logo is going to be a half-eaten cupcake.
Yeah. Consider it done.
You haven't even thought of that yet? Come on.
No, I haven't got that far.
Not everybody's as
Half-baked
logo
Johnny
savvy as you
Cupcakes,
think.
bro. Half-eaten cupcake, half-baked,
I dig it.
half-eaten, like.
Yep.
Oh.
Kind of like the apple symbol, like a bite out of the apple, like yeah.
But it's
But a
got to be a
cupcake.
cupcake.
I like it. Yep, exactly.
I like
Perfect.
Maybe an angry cupcake with red eyes, but looks really
Yeah.
high. I don't know. This
Done.
is how the T-shirt ideas come up. You just
Yep.
gotta fucking let it roll.
Shotgunning. I like
All right.
it.
I was thinking, like, as you were talking about mushrooms, like a cupcake, but instead of like the frosting on the top, like the mushroom head as the
Yeah,
top of the
all
cupcake.
right.
So it's like a cupcake
You just said mushroom head live on air.
Oh my God.
You guys,
Gotcha.
I feel like I'm with teenage boys right now. Jesus.
Who let me out?
Pretty great.
Jameel Jones, can you please come on the show maybe next week so we can bring some like sanity back to this?
I'm
You know what
enjoying
else?
this.
Hey, real talk. You know what else is the a nice little secret weapon in my arsenal is bone broth. Every day before I eat anything, bone broth first.
Oh snap!
Okay.
What brand? You got a brand that you like more than anything?
So there's this local brand in Hanover called Hale Bone Broth. I just started building the relationship with them. They make some really good stuff. They do ones with like turmeric, MCT oil for like inflammation and whatnot.
Wow.
They've got 3 or 4 just like basic functional flavors or varieties that have what you would call adaptogens in them to help your body recover.
I like.
Cool.
I'm trying to work a sponsorship with them as well. So Hale Bone Broth in Hanover. They go to Makers Farmers Markets all the time. You guys can find them right on Google. They got a nice little Instagram.
Done deal.
They come in frozen individual packs. You open the wrapper, you drop one right in. Good to go in 10 minutes.
Valdina, I'm going back to this. Valdina said a little smoke coming out of the half-eaten cupcake. I like that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yep.
Like it's steamy hot or like it's high?
Both.
Maybe we'll let those people make up their mind.
Zach, so I don't like Zach Searle's input. That I don't like.
You guys are too funny.
So you know Zach Searle, I don't like that.
Do you drink it during training? Bone broth.
No,
Yeah, that would be good.
I drink it in the morning. No, sometimes I'll drink it in the morning, but normally I'll train in the morning and then I'll have it before I have my lunch. So the only thing I'll have had before that would be a microdose and some coffee.
So it's like a nice, like salty, replenishing beverage that you use.
Yeah, so I put a bunch of like Redmond sea salt in everything I eat just for the electrolytes. It's the real salt, not the table salt.
No,
sea
that's
salt.
what I use.
So it comes out of Utah, maybe.
Yep, sure does. Yeah, I got that.
I put like a half a teaspoon in a cup of bone broth with probably some collagen, grass-fed collagen protein powder, and then if I'm feeling froggy, I'll put a little bit grass-fed tallow and some grass-fed ghee in there, and then I got a nice little like delicious, sippable, nutrient-full cup of life. I don't know, it's good.
That is good.
If he's feeling froggy, was that a throwback to Andrusia? Did you hear part of Andrusia's interview?
No, but I did hear you guys mention frog legs, and the last time I heard frog legs is when like my dad's mom was still alive. That was like one of her favorite things to eat was fried frog legs.
So have you had frog legs before?
I want to say yes, but I can't remember a specific instance where I have. But I think I was with my brother Cole at the time, and we had them.
We asked him. He said, "If we came to Louisiana, what would you take us?" He said, "Take us froggy. They catch bullfrogs and eat their legs."
But bullfrogs are like this fucking big, dude. They're like the size of a basketball. My grandmother said my mom would say they were like eating chicken wings, but it was a frog leg.
Buffalo frog legs.
All right.
Dude, buffalo bullfrogs. Ribbit, I'm in. Let's go.
Well, before we let you go, because we're talking about all this delicious food and how healthy you are, what's your go-to cheat meal after your fights?
Oh, dude, I always think about this question because everybody wants to know. Like after I fight, I like to get a Regina pizza from the North End, like the original one. That's always bomb. But yeah, like real good pizza.
What about acai bites?
Acai bites.
Acai, dude, I eat those things every day. I'm gonna go have 5 before I go to bed. What are you talking about? That's not a cheat meal.
So what
Call Valdina.
So these are little acai bites, right? That's not a cheat. They're these. It's acai puree, coated in frozen and then coated in coconut oil and cacao. So it's just there's no added sugar. It's 50 calories. It's like this big and it's delicious.
Where do you get them?
That sounds really
Whole
good.
Foods. The only place I can find them is in Whole Foods.
So it's like chocolate covered acai?
Yeah. So, but it's not like sweetened chocolate. It's just chocolate and coconut oil. So it's like a crunchy chocolate coating around frozen fruit puree.
Okay.
But
Does
Like a mouthful.
the cacao give you a little boost of energy?
no, I don't think it's. I don't. It's not like.
Enough.
Yeah. But buyer beware. Cacao
Still
does have thermobromine in it, which has a similar effect of caffeine. So if you have too much dark chocolate at night, it can keep you up.
Yeah, definitely.
See, we would have a great podcast together. We're
Absolutely.
vibing right now, dude.
I dig it.
No clue what you're talking about. Whatever you guys- I'll
Yeah,
drink my
it's
Monster.
nutrition. That's why. That's why.
nutrition.
That's because they're talking
I'm
about
having
nutrition.
one right now. His girlfriend.
Africa just said I'm having one right now.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. I can't wait to get upstairs. Guys, you guys want to see something badass? I got Pepto-Bismol colored toes. Check that shit out.
Whoa. Cherry
That's
Pepto.
So that's supposed to be badass? Is that cool?
Yeah, bro. Chuck Liddell, he had pink toes all the time. Nobody fucked with him. Why you gotta fuck with me?
I mean,
That. Cherry
right,
Peptos. There we
fair
go.
enough. Fair
Fair,
enough.
that's right.
Well, Pete, it's always a pleasure. We never know what you're going
Real
to say.
quick, though. Real quick.
Andy's got something actually.
Oh, he's got my fellow libertarian. What's up?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Somebody
What's up?
should fucking hang the bitch.
I just wanted to get you going before you left. I wanted to get another Pete rant going. That's
Assumedly, someone will hang her.
Well, I don't know if she out of
still
jail yet. If
thinking.
she's out. She's out.
she's out.
Yeah,
She hasn't been suicided yet.
Oh.
she's not gonna do. They maybe if they get that list open, we'll see. Bro, what if they suicide Elon Musk? That's a conversation we should be having.
Really? You
I'm
think they're
scared for
going to?
him.
What's
I'm
about?
scared
Why?
for him.
Why are they going to?
Oh, he's airing it all out.
Yeah, he went on Twitter and like aired out all this shit. the other day.
Everything. Talk about
I'm not on Twitter. How would I know?
election interference.
Yeah, you
Talk about
should, you
vote
should.
suppression. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, he unloaded
That was
all
on
of
the
that
Hunter
stuff on
Biden
Twitter.
thing
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
yeah. So
they
he
reached
so
out.
He
Said,
put
"Don't
everything
post it."
out. Everything. Direct collusion with Team Biden and social media, meaning Twitter, Facebook,
to get on Twitter.
Instagram, all of them. They all had a correspondence with the FBI, with the intelligence community, and they were being directly orchestrated by the Biden regime.
Said don't post this stuff. Like they would reach out and be
Take
like,
it down.
And then Elon Musk, what was it, Saturday or Sunday? He tweets, I have no intention to kill myself. If I end up dead, it was not me. I did not kill myself. Because he posted it late Friday night. Saturday he said, I love my life. I have no aspiration to kill myself. Something. He put up a post, direct tweet. I am not going to kill myself this weekend. If I die, it was not me.
well,
That work.
that's
Go dig down that
Still
rabbit
gonna
hole
say-
too. That goes right in with the Hunter Biden laptop, bro. Dude, and then wait till we find out that it's Obama in fucking Biden's ear the whole time. Sitting in the fucking basement calling the shots.
Oh Jesus!
A really nice basement, by the way.
A really nice basement on Martha's Vineyard. You see how fast they kicked the immigrants out of there? They said to keep going like the next day.
So true.
So
It is so true. They're on my rich town, and oh my God, these illegal immigrants, they changed our lives by coming to Martha's Vineyard for a day. Get the fuck out of here. You guys threw a fit and made the National Guard come get them.
you know what? Fun fact that they put them at the Baymont Inn where we put our fighters.
Oh, that's
Yeah, bro.
They're all over the news the day before all our out-of-state fighters come to town. It was like government puts immigrants into the
Or illegal
Baymont Inn.
aliens, immigrants, whatever, yeah. Which,
Yeah.
is that funny that they get moved around like that? No, but is it funny to see all those high and mighty motherfuckers flip the script as soon as, you have a sanctuary city away from the border. Who are you helping? Nobody, because it ain't going to change anything. So then when you bring them to the sanctuary city and they kick them out, fuck out of here with that bullshit.
See what
Well,
I see why
See
I
what you
said
start.
Ghislaine
So
Maxwell.
this is my last thing.
Thank you,
Give
Pete.
everybody one thing to look up and don't talk about it. Just say, look it up. So when we go off air, they have something to do while they're scrolling in bed tonight. Don't be funky. Not like meat spin or something.
Oh, the wheels are spinning is right. One thing that you should look up that might change your mind about everything. Well, something really cool is one of the lead scientists on the quantum computing theorizes that the quantum computers are pulling information from parallel universes to compute that fast. So at any given time, any proton of energy can exist simultaneously in different places. meaning that we're essentially like a phone book of parallel universes on top of each other, and we exist in all of them, and they can tune in and out of it.
And that's why, like,
How's that for a brain scratcher?
yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
So what would I Google to look that up?
Quantum mechanics and parallel universes, or quantum
Sort of like-
computing and parallel universes.
Like maybe like sort of the Mandela effect in a way, like we're almost in and out of these different frequencies, and because of that, that's why maybe things seem a little.
Well, let me ask all of you guys: did you ever learn in elementary school that there was an attack on the Statue of Liberty?
No, I didn't.
So go look it up. There was. We've never been attacked on American soil in my version of the world that I came up to until 9/11. That's why it was such a big deal. Allegedly, there was some U-boat attack during World War II on Liberty Island.
No,
A German U-boat?
Bro, look it up.
All right.
There was a
I
fire.
like it. Look
dude,
it
it's
up.
crazy.
there's your look it up.
It's fucking crazy.
Thank you.
Huh. Well, there you go. Peter Barrett, everybody. He's not just a handsome fighter, a connoisseur of the weed. He's a
He's a
philosopher.
tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist.
He is a tinfoil hat. Some of the shit you say to me, because for those who don't know, like Pete and I have known each other for.
Or go look up the deep underground military bases. That'll make you fucking scratch your head too. You want to see where all the kids disappear from? Coincidentally, right around the dumb bases. That's an acronym as well. Deep underground military base. There's tunnels across the whole across all of North America. Look into it,
Like
bro.
Colorado Airport has like some
Weird.
Yeah.
A second airport underneath it.
So there you go, guys. Go follow Peter Barrett and all his wacky tinfoil ideas.
I'm looking for this Liberty Island attack right now.
He's already on Google.
Dude, go look it up, bro. There was an attack.
I did
on
a
Statue
USS
of Liberty.
Liberty incident.
Now
Probably
you can't get to the.
not
Now you
troops,
can't get up to
Hey, there you
the.
go. Need your map. July 30th.
Pete's
1960.
right. 1916, July 30th.
That's World War One.
Whatever. Semantics. World War I, World War
Bro,
II.
Here we
tell
go.
me 9/11
All right.
wasn't such a big deal because that was the first time we were attacked on American soil.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, not anymore. 1916, there was attack on the fucking Statue of Liberty. You didn't learn that shit in elementary school. Fuck
That
off.
seems new. That seems new
That seems like new information.
to the
And-
timeline.
Like
3 men and a baby were killed.
3 minutes. That's
Not the
terrible.
movie.
That's not funny.
Yeah, no, that's like 3 men and a baby were killed. Thousands of windows were shattered in Lower Manhattan and Jersey City. Shrapnel Park marked the Statue of Liberty. The culprits, German agents who were determined to prevent the American munitions shippers from supplying its English enemy during the First World War. Never mind that the U.S. was officially neutral in the conflict at this point.
Wow. All right. Well, we were
Yeah.
supposed to be sending you away
Holy
with
shit.
this. You just did all the homework for everybody.
Bro, what I'm saying is
Weird.
the shit that we've been told isn't what's really going on. We're
Mhm.
interdimensional beings that have been taught to forget about our powers, bro. Wait till I fly into the cage.
Yeah,
Come
baby.
upstairs with no cables. I'm just gonna float down.
That would be so dope.
Now I just think that the bowl you smoked is
The
getting into your
Matrix.
head right now.
Oh,
Hey, we're in the Matrix. So.
Drink a monster and write a paper. That's what kind of energy could come up with that.
I'm
You smoke a number,
I'm gonna
drink
take a
a monster.
magnesium supplement and go to sleep.
That's a good idea. Good idea.
U-boat was off of South Carolina. Interesting, people. Anyways, we're not going to go down this today. We've gone.
We're already halfway there, bro.
Yeah.
What a day.
Oh man, this is Pearl Harbor was attacked on American soil prior to 9/11.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's also
Hawaii
true.
was not a
That's
state
also
at that
true.
point, but it was still a territory.
But
That doesn't-
I think the catch there was that that was an island in the Pacific. We were talking
Yeah.
about like continental U.S.
Yep. I don't think Hawaii was technically a state even at that point.
So about those fights on January 7th, your last thought, your final thoughts on Battles versus Jameel Jones. I know you were a training partner with Battles. Jameel Jones, we talked a little about this today when we met up. What do you think of that fight?
I think that is a make or break fight that Battles is gonna have to pull out on top of. He's putting his money where his mouth is, and he's gonna test himself. And when he gets to the other side of that bell with his hand raised, there's gonna be no doubt in his mind that he belongs in the big show.
All right. I thought that was going to be my last one, but this is just begging me now to ask it. Zach Cyril, what is your stance on Kanye West?
You know, I don't know. I don't think he's talking about all Jews. I think he's talking about the controlling people behind the multinational media corporations, in which he is right. And Michael Jackson even sang about it, and he was almost canceled for it. But I think he's a little crazy, you know. But he's also sitting there saying, look, I've got direct information that says I had a controller. They threatened to institutionalize me and take my children away from me if I didn't comply. So maybe, you know, not everything he says is true, but there's grains of salt in there, or what am I trying to say? There's bits and pieces that are coming out that are important, but maybe some of the shit he's saying is crazy.
Okay, cool. All right, well, that's really it. I got nothing else. Come see your boy Slippery Pete, Peter Barrett, take on Marcus Andrusia. We had one guy talking about frogging down in the bayou, and we had one guy talking about conspiracy tinfoil hat stuff and microdosing mushrooms.
It was a lit show.
I love it.
You never know what you're gonna get on Table
Love-
Titans.
Never do. And one of the original guests, Slippery Pete, Peter Barrett. Thank you as always.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
To call this
Later,
fight.
guys.
See you soon.
Take it easy, man. Thank you for
See
all
him
those
smashing
tidbits of
people.
information and rabbit holes to
I know
get
we
sent
usually
down.
try to do an hour, but like today was like an hour and a
It
half.
went
show,
smooth.
And it was like, I felt like we could have kept going with every guest.
Yep.
Marcus was a little more reserved. Denning could have went on for hours.
Oh, yeah.
I could definitely tell. And then Pete, obviously, he can go down a bunch of, you know, random rabbit holes. And yeah, man, I'm telling you, dude, I think your first guest is Peter Barrett.
Oh, no, 100%.
Half baked.
We're going to have to set that up.
Half baked.
100%.
We've been talking about this. For
I
a
would
while.
record that. Like he gets out, he said out of training, say like 9:30 or whatever. I would definitely, anytime he was available, I would make
Dude,
time
I
for
gotta
him.
say, this setup that we have tonight,
Oh, this is
top notch.
professional.
Yeah, man, and I think that the professionalism, though we had, I would argue some of the topics were not really the most professional for my taste, but you know,
I had fun.
it was fun, it was interesting, it was
Entertaining.
different, you know. But obviously, this just shows all the walks of life, all the fighters. They're not all Johnny Cupcakes or Andy. Like we have so many wide variety, and that's why I love the show. We really get to dive into who these people are as individuals. And now somebody who couldn't stand Peter Barrett might have heard his take on something and then be like, boom, like, oh, okay, I'm kind of down with him. Man, Peter opened my eyes. Somebody might be like, you know, Tyler Pimentel, who thinks he has nothing in common with Andrusia. He's like, dude, that guy wanted to talk about hunting. Fuck it. When he comes here, I'm going to bring my guns to the weigh-in and show him some of my guns.
We're just gonna go have a gun show at the weigh-ins. Why
At
not?
least talk.
It's like, hey, don't smoke by the wheel. Let's just all start bringing guns.
He has a license to carry. Leave
True.
Tyler. I remember one time he came to, he you know, whatever.
We're just gonna practice shooting at Memorial Hall to see
really
who can
practice
bag a
shooting.
frog from 20 yards.
Man. And hey, and Pete's still on the camera. I don't even know if he knows. And
Yeah, he does. He sees. He's like, what
he
up,
sees
guys?
us down
He's like,
there.
why not, right?
He's still on camera doing stuff in his car that we won't talk. But man, I had a great
Smoking
time.
weed, kids.
Yeah, it seemed like everybody had a good time on the stream. Hopefully, you
Oh,
guys can
yeah,
all
dude.
hear us well. You know, we got January 7th. We're less than 5 weeks to go to
About
Cage
4
Titans.
weeks. We got a month.
Yeah, we got about a month to go. For 2 days, we got a month. I'm stoked. You're stoked. We're all excited. Man, I really got much. We went over a lot today. I can't wait till next week's show. Not sure who our guest will be, but make sure you be on the lookout.
Might we have some different content coming out really soon
Yeah, so
too?
tomorrow we have TikTok Tuesdays. So I'll be going live on our TikTok. So everybody go check us out on Tuesdays. It's 12 at 12, so noon. People are like, what's 12 at 12 mean? It's like, well, I'm going live at 12. Maybe I'll take 12 questions, or maybe I'll just give you 12 minutes, depending if fighters come in or not.
Maybe you'll drink 12 monsters.
Maybe
You
I'll
never
drink 12
know.
monsters. I'll beat my record. Thursdays, Instagram Thursdays. And I think this week, are we going to film our first ever Friday Night Fight Picks?
Yeah, why the hell not? I mean,
Yes, for the pay-per-view,
UFC
right?
pay-per-view this week.
Yeah,
Which
pay-per-view.
is-
Hey, I'll be here all day Thursday.
So then, boom,
We got the
Thursday.
we got the comedy show Thursday night too, so it's another big old thing. I don't know if
What do you
that's
think,
gonna
Johnny?
be-
Bring it
up
up.
open again, Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, I would if there was room.
I don't know. Maybe it depends. I got a stacked comedy
We
show
always got a
coming up
couple
right
minutes
here.
for Johnny.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll
You
see what
got-
happens
You got
on
to come to the
Thursday.
show.
True.
And maybe we'll get. So Johnny was our the special guest, unannounced special guest. Did his first ever stand-up routine off the spot. You never did it before.
Never before.
And he
No.
just came up there and boom, killed it for 5 minutes.
Huge opportunity.
So
Huge.
yeah, man, maybe we'll get Johnny up there Thursday. So if you guys are around the Quincy area, this upcoming Thursday. Coops Comedy 3, right?
Yeah,
3
third one.
is it's this week, 8 o'clock start.
Yeah, 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's usually when it starts. The doors will open at 7, and we'll start once.
So
I'm happy with the crowd and know that everybody that's supposed to come is coming,
So
but there's
we'll
still
get you guys
tickets
there.
available. So
Yeah, come on down. So like I said, Tuesday, TikTok, Tuesday, 12 at 12. Instagram, Thursday, 12 at 12. Thursday night, we have the comedy show here at Coops. Friday night, fight picks. We're gonna do a little contest amongst ourselves and pick the UFC fight card. We got Jay Perrin fighting on that card. Former opponent of yours, Cage Titans.
Big fight.
Guy.
TJ Brown will be fighting on
TJ
that
Brown
card, too.
as well, former opponent of Peter Barrett. So we got a good fight card. They just took a big hit with Robbie Lawler. That fight got dropped. Robbie Lawler pulled out with an injury. So that was a big hit. But we got at the top
Ankalaev versus Jan Blachowicz for the vacated light heavyweight title.
Patty Pimblett and the co-main event. Johnny had a fun story with Patty Pimblett. We're gonna hold that for the Friday night fight.
Good
picks
idea.
Because Johnny will go into a little detail on that funny story with his experience with Patty. But there you have it. We're gonna keep talking if we don't stop. So, anything else for you, Johnny?
No, I'm just very excited. Keep an eye on Cage Titans, all the socials, because there's new content coming out nearly every day at this point.
Yeah. And then also, if there's nothing going on our site, you can always go on to his Twitch stream.
Twitch,
which
yep,
is,
absolutely. Cupcakes Gaming on Twitch.
there you go.
Hit me up.
Andy.
Hey, I got nothing. Comedy show Thursday, and then it's fight month, and I know that there's another comedy show January 5th leading into Cage Titans at Main Street, the other establishment tied to Cage Titans. So stay tuned for all the other events and posts that we're integrating into the show. It's been 6 years since I've been on board here, and just seeing how it grows show after show from these podcasts and how they're developing versus how the social media has grown and how it is transformed and transitioned into what it is today, and all of these new little pieces of content that we're giving your way. It's all for you guys, all thanks to you guys, and all for the fighters as well, which is just about a month away for the first fight night of 2023 of the new year. So just stoked. Good things all around.
For me, thank you, everybody. As always, follow our social media accounts across the boards, Cage Titans. You know all the handles. Go hit us up. Follow us on all that. Thank you to producer Joe, who made the trek out here 2 hours from Western Mass and got this beautiful new setup that we're testing out with hopes to make the permanent studio for the beginning of the year. We cleaned it out the other day. We washed it out today. We're going to stop buying set furniture and things of that nature. So we're excited for that. So thank you, Joe, to doing the sample setup today. And thank you to these guys for joining me. And we had fun. Thank you to all our guests today. And if you want to be a guest on Table Titans, it's simple, man. Just reach out. If you're a first-time amateur, you're a 20, 30, 40 fight veteran, we want to hear from you because we want these type of interactions. Everybody knows you guys are fighters. We want to hear behind the scenes. What's up with you? What do you like?
You like frogs'
Yeah,
legs?
you like frog
Come
legs?
talk
You
about
like
it.
it.
You like conspiracy theories? Come talk about it.
Matt Denning like talking about Nate Diaz fighting him in a hallway. Come talk about it. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much. Out.
Hey guys, True Fan Mike is over here. Make sure you grab your tickets. Make sure you be here. Put in Memorial Hall. It's going to be a great show. If you can't get tickets, buy the pay-per-view online. CageTitansFC.com.
Brendan Battles! Heavyweight with a wrestling pedigree and big power.